Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the arena for our volleyball match this evening between the Golden Eagles of St. Joseph's College and the Baruch College Bearcats. Now at this time, we do ask everyone to please stand and to remove their caps. Join in the singing of the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red
Let's meet tonight's starters. First for St. Joseph's, an outside hitter from Holbrook, New York, number 3, Owen Ferraro. At center from Fountainville, New York, number 7, Tyler Jones. An outside hitter from Lindenhurst, New York, number 8, Will Floyd. Outside hitter from Belmore, New York, number 11, Matthew Haggard. Middle blocker from Holbrook, New York, number 13, Matt Cole. And middle blocker from Holbrook, New York, number 14, Kyle Vickers. And the libero for both Eagles tonight from Lake Grove, New York, number 9, and Matt Tamara. Head coach of St. Joseph's, Coach Up. The assistant coach is Connor Dad. Now tonight's starters for your Baruch College Bearcats. An outside hitter from Huntington Beach, California, number 2, Stephen Roach. An outside hitter from Port Washington, New York, number 3, Stephen Lopez. At center from Brooklyn, New York, number 5, Edward Brinberg. An outside hitter from Plainview, New York, number 13, Nick Gugino. And middle blocker from Bayside, New York, number 13, Evan Coppos. And middle hitter from Forest Hills, New York, number 13, Lenny Boucher. Bearcats libero tonight from Stony Brook, New York, number 1, Rayapos Samatides. Head coach of the Bearcats is Kevin Edwards, the assistant coach, Brady Apple. Let's play ball.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Arc Arena here on the campus of Baruch College for tonight's men's volleyball non-conference match between the Golden Eagles from St. Joseph's College of Long Island out in Patchogue and your Baruch College Bearcats. Last year, these two teams played each other, and the Bearcats suffered a 3-0 loss. Bearcats come into this game with a record of 7-8 overall. St. Joseph's comes into this game with a record of 11-6. Bearcats are 4-0 in the CUNY Athletic Conference, while St. Joseph's, which competes in the Skyline, sits at 2-0. The head coach for St. Joseph's is Bill Kropp. He's assisted by Tyler Dodd. St. Joseph's second-year program as a varsity. Prior to that, they had been a club. And in what will likely be an annual meeting between these two teams, this is the second contest. Again, St. Joseph's winning last year 3-0. Just a note also on the men's volleyball schedule for Baruch College. Bearcats have rescheduled the game against Mount St. Vincent's to next Tuesday, March the 13th at 6 o'clock. So we'll get going here in a few minutes as the official Let's check the lineup out. And the two teams now talking to each other. By the way, it should be noted, especially the Long Island players on Baruch College, such as Nicholas Godino and Kyriakos Semertorzidis, are friends with a lot of these players from St. Joseph's. So there's going to be a lot of, not only are they playing tonight, of course, for a regular season here in the spring season, but they're also playing for bragging rights over the summer. And serving for the Bearcats will be Baruch's Long Island native, Nicholas Godino. And right off the bat, Kyle Biggers, sophomore from Holbrook, New York, out of Satcham East, gets St. Joseph's Long Island on the board. Here comes Stephen Roach. Roach, tied at 1. Serving for the Bearcats now will be Meni Mishayev. And another big hit by Biggers. Serving for the Golden Eagles will be number 8, Will Floor, sophomore from Lindenhurst, New York. And point, St. Joseph's 3-1.
That's a
3-2. Stephen Roach, the California native, to serve. Big swing, got one of the Baruch players with the fingers. Paul Curaro, sophomore from Holbrook, New York. One of the things you notice on the St. Joseph's roster is you've got quite a number of players from Satcham East High School. Hope I am pronouncing that correct. And the ball is out. Point Bearcats 4-3. And Stephen Lopez will serve for the Bearcats. He's from Port Washington, New York, out on Long Island. Point St. Joseph's 5-3. And that wasn't set up correctly. Point St. Joseph's. Big hit by Godino. He's going to let them know about that this summer. 6-4. Ball just over the net. Into the net. 6-5. Bearcats coached by second year Kevin Edwards. He has got a very young team recruiting a lot of young players. One of them you're about to see here serve, Evan Tacos. Without a doubt, one of the better younger players in the CUNY Athletic Conference. Oh, big swing, but out. And we got ourselves a tie at 6. Oh, big play there. Smart play by St. Joseph's, and they retake the lead 7-6. Godino! We're tied at 7.
With number 5, Ed Greenberg to serve. A point for St. Joseph's. They lead 8-7.
Point St. Joseph's. Into the match for St. Joseph's, back in Kyle Biggers.
A point for St. Joseph's. They lead 9-7.
Nine eight.
They trail 9-8. Serving for Baruch for number 13, Nick Cordino.
Big swing by number 11, Matthew Amberge, sophomore from Belmore, New York.
He's serving with the Golden Eagles up 10-8.
Dug out. A big play there, nice play. Menin Mushayev, the freshman from Forest Hills, New York. And he'll serve. And St. Joseph's gets the point. Matthew Amberge finds the open spot on the other side. 11-9.
That's a point for
11-10. Stephen Roach with the play.
Joseph's leads 12-10.
12-10, point St. Joseph's. Ball is hit out. 12-11. So in the early going here, both teams really competing hard. Neither one of them either to break away. So it looks like it's going to be a tight one tonight. Could go 5. Lopez. Into the net. Head coach Bill Kropp not happy about that one. Expected a little bit more from his player. And we are tied at 12. Godino, but he gets the double block. Got to give credit to St. Joseph's. Matthew Amberge and Matt Cole, sophomore from Holbrook, New York, combining for that one. 13-12. Ball is out. 13-13. Evan Tacos. Into the net.
St. Joseph's leads 14-13, and serving for the Golden Eagles, number 3, Paul Corrado.
Oh! Point Bearcats, and boy, head coach Bill Kropp not happy at all.
14, and serving for Purdue, booking number 5.
And for the Bearcats, they get the big point, and we're tied again at 14. And by my calculations, this is the 5th time here in the first set that they've been tied. Like I said, this could go 5 tonight. It's really going to be that good of a match. Oh, good diving play. Point Bearcats, 15-14. While they're also playing, you're also seeing a lot of the familiarity between the players on this team, really, really shouting at each other. A lot of psychology on the court tonight. Lots of gamesmanship. Point St. Joseph's. And we're tied for the 6th time, 15-15. Godino. Will Floor with the point, 16-15.
16-15.
Henny Meshayev getting some good play up front. Oh, and a big swing. Matthew Ambridge again. St. Joseph's now opens up a 2-point lead, and head coach Kevin Edwards doesn't like that. We'll be back after a 1-minute timeout.
No one ever won a race because it was their turn. And guzzling the right sports drink never won all 3 sets. You can't talk your way through a tournament, and luck doesn't last. Real champions know that it takes more to do more, because wanting it just isn't good enough. You've got to be smarter, faster, tougher. After all, if championships were easy, everybody would have one. City University of New York Athletic Conference. Learn, play, succeed.
Back to play here. St. Joseph's with a 2-point lead. Stephen Roach couldn't properly set that one up. And St. Joseph's now with their biggest lead here in the opening set, 18-15. This is a pivotal part of the first set. Bearcats got to be careful. Can't let a point get away here. Point Bearcats, 18-16.
Number 13, Nick Cotino will serve.
Oh, try to fool the Bearcats, and they won't work. Bearcats get it over. Big play by Biggers.
Golden Eagles lead 19-16. 19-16.
Into the net.
Ball and a point for the Bearcats. Who trail
19-17.
Number 17, Penny Boucher. Held by the great Steve Lopez. It's St. Joseph's 20, Purdue 18. Number 2, Stephen Roach will serve.
Point St. Joseph's, 21-18.
21-18. Coming on to serve for the Golden Eagles. Number 24, David Slager.
Point Bearcats, 21-19.
21, Purdue 19. Number 3, Stephen Lopez will serve.
Out. That hurts, 22-19. St. Joseph's Long Island out of the skyline. Based on the current standings, the top two teams from the Skyline and Cuniac doing battle tonight. 22-20, Bearcats get the point on a service error.
Tacos is replaced by number 7, Aaron King, who will serve.
Cadino. Bearcats setting it up. Kim sends it over. Oh, very strongly hit. No way that would have been dug out, but that was hit out. Paul Curaro. You could see that he really hit that hard, but just not in the right place. 22-21. It's point St. Joseph's, a big one, 23-21. Into the net, 23-22. Serving for the Bearcats. Artem Zinkin had one of his best games of his career in the last game, 10 kills. Coach Kevin Edwards will look for him to continue his good play into tonight's match. Oh, double blocks, Stephen Roach. The captain ties it up at 23. And St. Joseph's will call a timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance. A monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
Back to action here. And real quickly after the timeout, St. Joseph's gets a big point, and they're up 24-23. And they'll look to serve to win the opening set. Ball is just out. And St. Joseph's will walk away here with the first set win, 25-23. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
For the love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the start of the second set. St. Joseph's Long Island winning the first one 25-23, and as we anticipated tonight, it is going to be a very tightly contested contest. And number 13, Matt Cole, will get the action going here in the second set, live from the Arc Arena here in New York City. Lopez. Bearcats up 1-0.
Number 17, Eddie Rochelle, the series.
Point Bearcats 2-0, their biggest lead so far of the night. They were trailing the whole first set to St. Joseph's, but here in the second set they come out strong with the first 2 points. Oh, big point, 3-0. And that is out, 3-1. Roach, just out. So St. Joseph's comes back with 2 quick points. Roach into the net, and now we got ourselves our first tie of the second set, 3-3. Oh, double block. Biggers and Amberge. And now they take the lead, St. Joseph's 4-3. And another double block. And Biggers with the point. I think he also won the lotto. 5-3. Ball over. And this time the ball is out. 5-4. Bearcats needed the one. 5 straight points up until that loss point for St. Joseph's. Head coach Kevin Edwards, always very calm on the sidelines, giving out instructions, but letting the kids play. Oh, big ace. We're tied at 5. Second tie here, the second set. Point Bearcats, 6-5. Into the net, tied at 6, third tie of the second set. Point St. Joseph's. Lopez sends it over. Oh, big swing by number 11, Matthew Amberge. He's been busy all night. 7-6 St. Joseph's. Correction, 8-6. Eight, 7. Oh, big hit. Biggers. Nine, 7. Big point by Godino. 9-8.
Golden Eagles 9 and the Bearcats 8. Serving will be number 16, Evan Tongos.
Godino. Oh, big point. We're all tied at 9. Ball is hit out. 10-9, St. Joseph's.
St. Joe's leads 10-9. Serving will be number 11, Matthew Andrew.
Oh, big swing. Paul Carraro, 11-9.
Paul Carraro. St. Joe's leads 11-9.
Oh, big hit. Stephen Roach, saw it at the last second, but just didn't have enough time to react, and the ball just went off his fingers, and with all its momentum, went out of bounds. So a very dangerous part of the game for the Bearcats. They're down by 3 points. And a ball handling error. The Bearcats get one back, 12-10. Into the net. Now with head coach Kevin Edwards wants to see. 13-10. Godino! Nicholas Godino, 13-11. Oh, good play. Godino went to the back, threw it behind him, and Lopez was very smart enough to see that he could set himself up and hit the ball to a spot in the net that St. Joseph's didn't have a man, and it worked. 13-12. Into the net, 13-13. So the Bearcats, after being down by 3 points, have managed to come back to tie it. Oh, good double block. Manny Mushev and Steven Lopez. We've been waiting for that all night. And with that, St. Joseph's will call a timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. So as St. Joseph's waits for the Bearcats to take to the court, Bearcats up 14-13. They've scored 4 points in a row. Looking to tie this match at 1-1. Ball is sent over by Roach. Oh, and it's saved. Nice play by Lopez to keep it alive. Unfortunately, that time the Bearcats couldn't, and we're tied at 14. Biggers. 15-14. Visiting Golden Eagles with the lead. Big play by the captain, tied at 15.
We're tied at 15. Hey, Rochelle will serve. Now he gives way to number 7. Aaron Kim will serve.
Aaron Kim will make his second appearance of the night tonight. Aaron, a sophomore from Plainview, New York, out in Long Island.
A point for the Bearcats. They go ahead 16-15 with Aaron Kim serve. Number 7.
Point, St. Joseph's, tied again at 16. Point, St. Joseph's.
Point for St. Joseph's. They're at 17-16. Tyler Jones serve.
Point Bearcats, tied at 17.
The game is tied at 17. Number 2, Steve Roach will serve.
In. So big point for St. Joseph's, 18-17.
Will Paul will serve.
Tacos.
That's number 16, Evan Thomas.
Guess what? We're tied again at 18. Lopez will serve.
Will serve.
Nothing Kyriakos could do about that one. 19-18.
That's Matthew Ember, maybe 19-18. Number 24, David Vega will serve.
Godino. 19-19.
First ties the game at 19. And serving
Manny
for the
Musheyev
Bearcats,
comes
number
back into the
16,
game for the Bearcats.
Evan Tapas.
Ball is out. 20-19.
Brothers on 20, 19.
Set stand, 3 swings. Outside primary.
Big point. Manny Musheyev. 21-19. Pivotal point of the second set. And with that, St. Joseph's is going to call a timeout to try to break the Baruch momentum. We'll be back in 1 minute. So following the timeout called by St. Joseph's, the Bearcats will serve Evan Tacos, and it's an important one. Bearcats up by 2. Oh, they're complaining.
Purdue leads 21-20.
So on the mistake, the Bearcats give up a point, 21-20. They still lead, but as we've seen so far in this game, 1 or 2 point leads have been common, and neither team has been able to pull away with any big advantage. Oh, right in the middle. Oh, that hurts. 21, we're tied. So after the timeout, St. Joseph's got what they wanted, 2 points. And Matthew Ambridge will serve. Into the net.
Bearcats take the lead, 22-21.
So substitution for the Bearcats. Number 5, Edward Grinberg, will replace Artem Zinkin. Grinberg, a freshman from Brooklyn, New York. Too many touches. So we're tied for my count, the 7th time this second set. Oh, big hit.
Point for St. Joseph's to the 23.
Number 8, Will Floor. Number 3, Paul Curaro. He's going to serve, up by 1 point. Point St. Joseph's. And with that, head coach Kevin Edwards is going to call a timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. So following the timeout, Bearcats will look to regroup. They lost the first set 25-23, and they're down by 2 with set point for St. Joseph's of Long Island. And serving will be number 3, Paul Carraro. This is a big one. Godino. Oh, big play. Bearcats so badly needed that. And their Long Island guy got him the point, 24-23. Oh, big point. And for the second straight set, St. Joseph's is going to pull out a 25-23 win. And they're going to take a 2-set to 0 lead here in the Arc Arena. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout.
No one ever won a race because it was their turn. And guzzling the right sports drink never won all 3 sets. You can't talk your way through a tournament, and luck doesn't last. Real champions know that it takes more to do more, because wanting it just isn't good enough. You've got to be smarter, faster, tougher. After all, if championships were easy, everybody would have one. City University of New York Athletic Conference. Learn, play, succeed.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance, a monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
For the love of the game, but for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, It's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. And in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
So here we go, start of the third set. And it has been so far all St. Joseph's Long Island winning the first two sets each by the same scores, 25-23. Last year the Bearcats lost in 3 out in Long Island, and the scores were just as tight as this one. But the game's not over yet. Bearcats earlier this year in their home opener fell down 2-0 to Elmira, and they came back to win. So we'll see if the Bearcats can pull a rabbit out of a hat and get back into this one. Roach sends it over. Ball hit too hard, point Bearcats. It's the kind of start they wanted here in the third set. Lopez, 2-0 Bearcats. Bearcats started the second set with 3 quick points, but couldn't maintain it. See if they can continue scoring right now. Big hit, Biggers. It's been a presence all night.
Block number 14, Kyle Biggers. Golden Eagles up 3-1.
3-1. And ball handling error. Bearcats in trouble early, 4-1.
Visitors lead 4-1 with number 8, Will Silver.
Lopez. Tacos.
That's number 5, Ed Greenberg with the point. It's St. Joe's 4, Bert 2.
4-2.
And Stephen Roach will serve.
Oh, big point by number 3, Paul Carraro. 5-2. And into the match will be number 24, David Slager. I believe that's his first appearance of the night. Sophomore from West Sayville, New York. 6-2. Dangerous territory right now for the Bearcats. They can't afford to fall behind too badly. And another point. 7-2. You look at St. Joseph's roster, they only feature 2 seniors. But a majority of their players that are playing are underclassmen, so this is likely a team to be reckoned with. Bearcats get the point back. They needed it, 7-3. Looking at the Bearcats, Paul Carraro has 4 kills. Amberge has 8 kills. For the Bearcats, Lopez with 8 kills, and so does Gaudino, has 8 kills. 8-3. Looking at the team stats, St. Joseph's hitting .225, Bearcats a little worse at .211. And all of a sudden now the Bearcats are trailing by 6. This is their biggest deficit so far of the evening, and it's when you least want it to happen in the 3rd set. And another point. Matt Cole, 10-3. Into the net. Things starting to disappear for the Bearcats. Kevin Edwards will try to change the momentum. And he's going to call a timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute.
No one ever won a race because it was their turn. And guzzling the right sports drink never won all 3 sets. You can't talk your way through a tournament, and luck doesn't last. Real champions know that it takes more to do more, because wanting it just isn't good enough. You've got to be smarter, faster, tougher. After all, if championships were easy, everybody would have one. City University of New York Athletic Conference. Learn, play, succeed.
Back here following the timeout. St. Joseph's with about 7 straight points. And unlike the first 2 sets, which were tightly contested, I would say probably the biggest lead each team had at one point was maybe about 3 points. And both ended with 2-point wins in each set by St. Joseph's, 25-23. This one has been the complete opposite. And the Golden Eagles, big point by Nicholas Gaudino. Bearcats needed that one badly. 11-4. Bearcats will return to action here on Tuesday night, March the 13th. They'll be playing the rescheduled match against College of Mount St. Vincent's, and that's scheduled for a 6 p.m. first serve here in the Arc Arena. And then 2 days later on Thursday, March the 15th, they'll be taking on SUNY Purchase. Ball is out. 12-4. After that, the Bearcats will hit the road, and they won't be back home until the end of the month. Well, they'll be taking on Hunter in the Cuniac Showdown, followed 2 days later against New Paltz. They're defending champions from 2 years ago. 13-14. St. Joseph's, no let up in the momentum. And there's an ace. 14-4. To the net. Needed that one. 14-5. Bearcats this game, you look at the kills category, St. Joseph's only has 29, Bearcats 28. But the biggest difference is in the hitting percentage. St. Joseph's now at 222. Bearcats have fallen below 200. They're at 187 hitting percentage. Into the net. 14-6. Oh, the ball hit. Nothing Edward Greenberg could done. Hit over his head, but he got his hand on it. 15-6. And serving will be number 13, Matt Cole. Oh, double block. Godino and Roach. 15-7. Point Bearcats, 15-7.
That's number 14, Vickers. Old Eagles lead 16-8.
Into the net. 16-9. Bearcats need a run of points. Aaron Kim now comes in. He's been a good server for the Bearcats this year, and they're going to need it right now.
St. Joseph's, they lead 17-9.
17-9. St. Joseph's earning the point on the mistake by the Bearcats. Lopez. Big hit. And the ball is out. 17-10. Libero. Daniel McNamara. Try to dig that one out. Kind of hit him in the chest. Big point. The ball hit the rafters, but St. Joseph's managed to recover and get the ball over. The Bearcats, though, despite the good play that time, by St. Joseph's still made them pay, coming back with the point. 17-11. Bearcats showing some signs of life.
That's a point for number 11.
And Matthew Ambridge. It's now 18-11. Coming in to serve will be David Slager. Tacos. Get used to his name. You're going to be hearing it a lot in the next 4 years. 18-12. Point back for St. Joseph's, 19-12. Bearcats running out of time. Point Bearcats. Making his first appearance tonight for the Bearcats to serve will be Nathaniel Chin, the junior from Flushing, New York. Paul Carraro. And St. Joseph's now into 20-point territory. Looking at the Bearcats, Lopez and Godino each with 9 kills. Into the net, point Bearcats. For St. Joseph's, Ambridge is leading the way with 9 kills. And Will Floor and Biggers each have 7. Biggers hitting .333. Point St. Joseph's. Bearcats running out of time. Kevin Edwards trying to see if he can get something going here. Biggers back into the game for St. Joseph's. Right back. Godino. 21-15, and he'll serve. Point Bearcats. Bearcats have cut it to 5. Head coach Bill Kropp creeping up the sideline, giving instructions to his team. Point St. Joseph's. Biggers. Good rally here. Sent over. Lopez! Bearcats cut it to 5. You're not going to go down without a fight. Aaron Kim back into the game to serve. Double block. Roach and Tacos. 4-point now. Bearcats with a bit of a rally. And again, Biggers. (23-18). Lopez has had a great night tonight. Bearcats cut it to 4. The captain, Stephen Roach, to serve. Bearcats do save it, got to send it over. But again, Biggers, he has been very big here in the third set. It's 24-19. Oh, big double block by Lopez and Tacos. 24-20. Lopez will serve, trying to keep the Bearcats in it. You're going to need some solid hitting and some mistakes by St. Joseph's. Oh, point St. Joseph's. And that's going to hand the visitors from Patchogue on Long Island the 3 straight set win tonight, 25-23, 25-23, and 25-20. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching a broadcast of the Baruch College Athletic Department. Taking a look at the final stats, Stephen Lopez for the Bearcats with 12 kills hitting .304. Tacos, 6 kills, hitting .667. And Nicholas Gaudino with 10 kills. Bearcats also got 25 assists from Edward Greenberg. For the visitors, St. Joseph's, Matt Amberge and Biggers with 10 kills each. Biggers hitting .467 and 33 assists for Jones. And that'll wrap it up tonight here from the Arc Arena. You've been watching Baruch College Volleyball. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back Tuesday night, 6 o'clock, Bearcats against Mount St. Vincent. Have a good one.